Okay, let us do some more Mahjong here now in the expert rooms, because after this long chain of good results, we are now in there. And actually, these last two games were in the gold rooms, the expert rooms at least. I shouldn't refer to them as gold, but we had bronze, silver, gold, jade, and then presumably the throne room. Long way off there. So in order to actually rank up, we need to also rank 623 overall in the site. So we need to hit 12,000. That will get us 1,200. Sorry, that will get us into expert 2. We then need 14,000 to hit expert 3, and then 16,000 to hit the next level up, which would be the master level. We start at the middle point of each of the upgrades, so it's just basically an extra 500 points, extra 600 points, extra 700 points, which is a lot of wins, but you know, we can in theory manage that. We're going to play some South games. We're going to play until we get depressed and lose a lot, or, you know, we'll keep going. We'll see. So how are people? How are we doing? And I've just got to make sure I've got the chat window appropriately sized so it's not bothering things. I'm going to be so happy when I can finally stream on 2 monitors again, because doing all this on one is one of the main reasons why I haven't been playing other games. Mahjong I can usually get away with. So, let's go. Plan as always, avoid tilt, play out a normal game, do not finish last. Last place avoidance has now become the name of the game. So. Hi Conrad. Conrad, sorry. How are we doing? Okay, not a bad hand. Slight issue with the North wins, of course, because they're not a bonus set for us, but it's still a triplet. Depending on how things go, it's potentially quick hand here as well. Get the closed 8, go for that. Hopefully get a pair of either the green or more likely the other thing. I'm going to get rid of the 8 here. Argument to be made, we should have got rid of the green dragon first, because it's the thing that's holding our hand up, but it's fine. There's marginal upside as well. Drawing another 8 would have given us a pair and run, but I don't think that's the way it's going to go. Largely because we got the triplet in Norths. There'll be a safe tile against just about everything. And it's a useful pair, so... Okay, we see the first green. We will follow suit. Okay, so it seems like a quick Tanyo from a dealer. I'm not expecting this to be a half flush just because of the 9s and 6s already played. So we're 1 from Tenpai here. So we're going to play the safest tile now, because I don't think the 4-dot is a good thing to be playing against that hand at this point. It's not a 2-3 weight. There would have been a pause had it have been a 1-4. Reach closed on the 3. We'll risk it. No Yaku. I mean, it's a fairly standard thing. You're dealer, you're trying to get repeats. Your hands are worth more. So, Tanyo with maybe some Dora, if she's got anything near the 6. Here, we're playing a sumo-only game because Friso is not a likely thing to come out anyway. And if we draw a 5, we can stretch this into a 3-6. At that point, we have Pinfu and can do no better with this hand. Okay. So given the options here, we're going to get rid of the 2, be waiting on the 5. It also gives us extensions here, although we did get rid of the 8 earlier. So, cheap 3,000 point hand from a dealer. Going for quick, cheap hands is a feature that I've found on most of the Gold Room games I've been on so far. All 2 of them, admittingly, but still. It also matches up with my experience of playing tournament level stuff. So, we will keep going with that assumption. The important thing is, though, if you get an opportunity for a bigger hand, so Mungan Plus, go for it, because on higher level tables that might be enough, provided you play safe the rest of the time. Okay, we'll cut the 7 dot now. Bit of an early cut of that, but it means it's safer than it will be later on in the game. And again, looking at Pinfu here. Sanshikyu is another possibility, so we could trade the 5 for the 2 and have 3 for 5 Sanshikyu. We also may have to cut one of the pairs in due course, but I'm assuming we might get a 7 here. So, okay, pair of 7 dots. Okay, options. We now have 3 pairs, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the souths. We're going to lean ourselves into Tanyo. And see what we can do from here. Okay, so that's looking very good for Tanyo. I mean, ideally we need the Forso really, but Tanyo with 2 Dora is still perfectly fine for us. So we will cut the 1 here. Yeah, no worries. I mean, I do genuinely enjoy this game. It frustrates the hell out of me at times, as I'm sure you've overheard, but no, I'm still enjoying things, so we will still continue on with things. I have had burnout before on this game, and it does happen, but we're not feeling that right now. Progression is being made. Alright, so option of calling here wouldn't give us into Tenpai just yet, so we will keep the Friso, because 1 was played last turn, seems a reasonable plan. We can call either the 8 or the 5 if 1 comes up. Oh, 7 dots just been played, so that's fine. Yeah, that would have been a risky discard, but annoyingly we have dropped 3 of them. So here's a position where we will call. One thing to be aware of, especially when you're playing against better players, is that late calls or mid-line calls are more likely to put them in Tenpai. So we have to assume Tenpai on both players at this point. But the door is safe, which is always a good thing. We see all the 7s. We're going to therefore assume the 8's fine. Not a guaranteed thing, of course, because it could always be a pair weight, but there's no sequence that runs off that. Okay. Options here, then. So, cut the 8's man, which passed. Still 1 from Tenpai at this point. But we need to get either the 6-9 or the lower mid-high Manzus to get us there. Alright, we're going to keep cutting the 8s. So, we knew 8 was safe last time. We've only got 4 draws left before the game ends. And therefore playing risky tiles, a thing that has to happen. Again, another cheap dealer hand. We are perfectly fine with that. Especially as we didn't deal into it. But the dealer's position is undone the moment we hit a Mungan or better, so by no stretch is this game over. This is just sort of warm-up phases. We shouldn't necessarily cut the West first either. Yep, it happens, unfortunately. There are always exceptional situations that crop up in this darn game at times. You can play absolutely perfectly and finish dead last. On the other hand, you can play like a complete idiot and win handily. There is a high luck influence in this game. It's not an absolute, of course. You do get professional players, and any activity you can get professional players in means there are ways to optimize winnings, ways to play that are superior and will win most of the time, or at least enough of the time that you can make a profit on the game. But ultimately, that luck is always going to be a part of it. So it's just riding that out, not getting frustrated by it, and trying to, I don't know, sharpen up your reads on things, I think is the main point here. So we've got an East call. It's a bit of a messy discard chain, but I'm going to guess Mansu Honetsu here. It could be Chanter, actually. They played a lot of middle tiles, but there's too many 7s, really, for that. Okay. We'll follow up with safe tile for now. We are more concentrating on the player who has discarded, but we want to be kind of aware of anything unusual from these two as well. Little late 9. I'm guessing Manzu Honetsu, but could easily not be. Drawing that 7 so would be Tenpai for us at this point. Okay, so waiting on the 7 so. There are only 3 of those left. Actually, there's only 2 of those left. One's for Dora. Okay, we're not gonna reach on this because there's only 2 left. Okay. Reach to Dora. After a push. Okay. Let's go for it. There's still only 2 left. The situation hasn't changed that much, but with 2 players pushing, there's more chance that they'll be forced to play tiles that are bad. So the 7 might come out. Possibly same logic there. Middle 5 from that is a little questionable. And we're giving away 1,000 points. Fine. Also, our weight was dead. Occasionally happens if you go for single weights, but fine. This is also a weird hand. One save for the moment. Mr. Dragon for the moment. So 2 dot for a pair weight with one of the winning tiles already played. Alright, 7s are pretty much out. We have 8 for a safe tile though, which suggests Tanyo from the player up there, just because if they're on a half flush, they wouldn't have got rid of the 8 in that position. You wouldn't have fought. So probably Tanyo or bonus tile. Okay, so Sun Unko is a potential thing we could be going for here. Or another pair weight. 1.6, so I'm actually okay with this one. 1 dot could still very much come out of people's hands here. Potentially a little aggressive, but we'll see. Reach Sumo, Dora 1. Put us close. So there is a bit of safety play going on in all players at this point, which is good. Most likely is going round the safe tiles at this point, rather than actually folding the hand. But okay, aggression's still happening. Plays a middle 5. Okay, so Alex is going to take some risks. That was a horrible tile to deal in this situation because he could have had Tanyo for multi-Dora. But not at this case. Sumo it is. Reach Sumo Dora 1. Puts us still third, but much closer to the leading position. And we are dealer. And that's a hand. Alright, North Star. So 3 pairs and hoping to get a pair of bonus tiles for too much longer, otherwise we're going to be forced to play some of them. Throw the red as well. Hold on to East for the moment because it is worth 2 to us, so there's a marginal upside of keeping that versus the other 2. Most likely, though, we're just going to be forcing this into Tanyo as quickly as we can. Or you never know, we might end up going from the Geshe, who knows. Okay, triplet for 2s, so 2 away. One away. So Tanyo nothing is probably fine as dealer. Alexo is pausing on this, so I imagine that she is going for something. Okay, 1 away, but this is a much better waiting pattern here, so more options. Okay, reach 147. Let me quick look at what the other options are here, but it is reach 147. So dealer reach, 3-sided, 5 outs. Actually, no, 7 outs, sorry. And the 1 might just get played. We'll see. Manzu seemed dodgy against my hand, though, with what I've done thus far. 369 Vane is fine, but that means the other 2 are more pronounced. I reckon if I'm winning this, I'm winning this on the 1, so... 1 man, rather. But it's a late reach, so it's going to be reasonably respected. And people do seem to be playing safe against it. Ooh, maybe... Suji. Right, so that unfortunately closes up both Suji traps. Suji waits here, meaning 147 is the only thing I'm going to be waiting on if I'm a Mansi. Based on the fact that I've dropped the 2. Suppose it could be on a 5-7. Sorry, 5-8, but... And again, having to drop the Dora in this sort of late situation is not a nice thing to be doing. It's why reaching is always a risk. That 5 is the Suji against my 2, so that's why that was played. And more attacks going on. Okay, so I've lost 1,000 points and I was dealer, so I'll lose a bit more from this. Half flush only, 27. Okay, fine. Could have been worse. Might have been better for me to stay silent in that position, but I didn't have the guaranteed Yaku on the 1. What are we doing with this? Wishing it was a better hand, I think. Okay, that might make it a better hand. So we got Sanchiku, potentially Jin-chan. Okay, so Sanchiku looks like our plan at the moment. Does mean we have to draw exactly 2 dot and 3 man here, but there's still the outside chance we can turn this into just a normal-ish hand, so we don't want to. Well, I'm saying that. What else can I do with this? No, this has got to be. This has got to be Sanchiku. Although we are now against a Riichi. Oh, how bad is this? This could be quite bad, actually. Riichi Sanchiku. It's a Suji. Let's go. So we'll take this because it gives us the upside of being able to win on the 2, but let's see. How lucky are we feeling? Not that lucky. Oh, got it! I also don't think I've got the thing on here. Okay, Riichi Sumo Sanchiku, effective Mungan, and that will put me in the lead. Aggressive, but we'll see. Alright, so South Call from the dealer. So the dealer is again probably going for quick hands here. We'll play white because it's our last opportunity to do so. And from our point of view... Okay. So I think the table has gone a little more aggressive into the South round. I mean, the South player currently does have a point deficit, so they do need to try something. I would assume they have something near the Snivadora. But it's difficult to tell in the early discards because all people are discarding at terminals. So it could just be a Yaku High grab and go for whatever sticks at that point. But I feel that we cannot discard this Dora anymore. 2 reds have been played, so that's fine. Okay, we can cut the 9-7. So we still got a chance of hitting Tanyo ourselves here. But now we're in the lead, we are not reaching anything, and we are not discarding this 7. So it's more about just making sure we can stay in the game at this stage. So 7-man we'll go with, because we were discarded by 9. 8's been played. Possibly they do want Manzi still, but you know. Far less risky than giving somebody Dora free in this position. Giving away a Mungan hand is how we lose the lead. Yeah, it's not looking too bad, is it? Sanchiku was definitely fortunate, but... But inevitably in the tournament games, one big hand is usually all you need as long as everybody's playing the quick, speedy initial play. So this is definitely a quick, speedy initial play. Could even just be South only, but I imagine it's South Honitsu. And with that discard, we absolutely are playing safe against it. Safe-ish, anyway. We can risk the 8 at this point, I think, because it's Suji, but really we are just looking to either snipe this silently or just survive the round. One of those two. West is fine.
Riichi.
Okay, a new concern. Big concern, I don't have anything safe against this. So this is my if in doubt discard from a pair theory, and it has led to a deal in. Okay, effective Mungan as well, and that means that the gap to third is increased, which is useful for me. Dealer moves on. 1 turn, closer to victory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no. Worth a look. Even with 7. I mean, I did a 7 last night. It didn't work. No West reset, unfortunately. I mean, there are a couple of things going for this hand, really, but we'll see. Triplet freeze. Okay, that's fine. 6 is a good draw. So surviving 3 hands then. And definitely not doing anything silly like that. The good news is we know where all the frees are, which means we can be a little more sure about safe dot discards. The problem is those are coming out now, but... Okay, 4-man. So I think we're going to lean this into Tanya here. The problem is getting rid of the south, though. Sanchku is still something that could happen, I suppose, as well, but... But more importantly, we just want to play this game out and hopefully have points just transferring between these 3 players. That would be ideal end to the game now that we've managed our big win. As much as some shades would be nice. Alright, sticking with what we discarded already. You can get triple robbed. Alright, so we have a reach across the table. We have south, we have 9, we have 8s. I am gonna play the 9. Then we'll play the 8 and then we'll see. Ouch! Alright, north is fine. 8 should be fine, but I want to, you know, let other people take some risks first. Alright. If she's on a single east way, then well done. But I don't think she is. Yeah, so we are pretty done with this hand at the moment, so... So we'll just let the second place person take a win if that's what happens. South is fine as well. That was a risky discard. So West is clearly still trying for things. Got to be slightly cautious there. Oh, maybe she not. No, actually, she might have the pair or triplet then. Maybe she isn't. Okay, gap to third increases, so Riichi only. Okay, I figured she would be going for a big attack with no more dealer turns left to take the lead, but she might just be trying to secure second as well. Or she was just hoping for a bunch of Uradura. Okay, dealer turn then. This is a remarkably quick hand. I can be in Tenpai in the next draw. It's a remarkably quick hand, but it's not worth anything, I think is my problem with it. So if I draw a 6 here, I could... a free 6, then I could potentially change this to Tanya. And I think we're going to force the Tanya swap here. Because then I don't have to reach here, and I would prefer not to. Don't mind calling it open 3-6 at this point. Yep, that's fine. We'll take it. Tanya then on a 6-3. Against a double call, though. And we'll take the win. Thank you very much. Ganyo Dora 1. And there we go. Gap to second increases. And dealer repeat, because why not? Double south, so we can again go with this hand as well. But as much as possible, we are not reaching from this position. We are in the lead. We have no reason to risk 1,000 points in our hand. But I might just take the south anyway. No. That way lies risk. We'll hold off and keep 2 safe tiles. We might call the second one, but we'll worry about it later. Alright, she's still going massively on the aggression side, but that's only going to risk losing a second at this point. She needs to be focusing on hand value because she doesn't have a dealer turn left. 1 from 7 pairs, which is, as I mentioned in the last night's stream, kind of the hand I've been doing most, or at least had most attempts at getting since I've moved up to gold. Almost every other hand I look at and think, alright, 7 pairs. Because I can then dodge specific safe tiles and just be silent. Okay, so probable Honitsu. Yep. Okay. Got multiple safe tiles if we need them. But 7 pairs is usually good against a mini call, especially if you've only got one opponent really to worry about. Okay, nothing I've got is safe here, so we are going to play our 6s. Yep, we are done. We're done with the hand already. Yeah, pretty much. And the more important thing about it is you can be waiting on just about anything, so you can adjust. But you end up in a sort of area where you can't force it, I think, is the problem. But it's a good general rate against if you want to be sort of stealthy, and also if you want to avoid an obvious hand. This is true, I suppose. Okay, here we know the free man is safe. South should be safe, but I don't want to risk that yet. It's possible he's in a single wait for something. And I'd be much happier with just losing 1,000 points in the round, moving on to South 4. So a couple have been played, but I feel it's now South time. I wonder if he's actually got the I mentioned this a lot, but it's something I'm thinking about at this point. I wonder if he's got the Daisungan Tenpai. And that's what she's forcing the weight on. Because a lot of tiles have gone by, and it feels like she should have been Tenpai for a while here. A lot of months have been played, but there's no real pauses on them. 2 east, so we got this as our next discard, but nah, not quite. Okay. So non-dealer Mungan, a little annoying for me, but I think we actually stay in top. Yeah, we do. Oh, they were. It's just I was wondering whether they were in Tenpai for that. Wasn't in the end, as they never are, as I've mentioned, as I testify. If you see an obvious Yakuman, that's not what they've got. Also, we might have a West reset. Oh, no West reset. Actually, wouldn't have minded that, but. So, options here. Win the game instantly and secure the lead, or make sure I don't deal into anybody's large hand from these two players, and make sure I secure second. Maybe boring, but we may be securing second. Or we might be trying to help this player out. I don't know. We don't have a lot of spare points to deal in. Alright, you would need either a direct hit, or you would need... How far behind are you? Yeah, you would need a two-hand hand. So double south is the easiest way she could get there. Okay, we're actually looking quite good for Tanya our own here. But that'll do, and that's a good hand actually. Mungan plus. Ooh. Stops at Mungan, so she won't overtake me, and we will take another win. Plus 105.
Yay! Top idol no Kana-chan desu.
Moving up the order. Completing all my achievements for today, getting all the goals. Unfortunately, no events going on, so that now makes this chart look very good indeed. Alright. One more time. Oh, we have a master at a table. So far I've only seen one master currently in the 4 games I've had now of this, so we'll see. Could be interesting. So we're hoping for something that gives us Yakuhai and obviously Tudora. Pair of 1s means it's awkward to go for Tanya here, but we could still do it. 7 pairs, obviously a thing we could think about doing. Let's throw that off. We are dealer, of course, so... Dealer showing free Dora should get some respect. Although, at that point, we would be struggling to get a hand together. If we had more pairs, then I'd be considering Toy Toy, but... Bah. Okay, now I might be considering... As I say, was there an if there was an overcall, that was for the win, so... Alright, now this hand looks good. Still need to pair something else up, but that should bring out some folding. And it seems to be doing so. So that should hopefully give us some time to get this third pair together. Let's be on the lookout for some weird things going on, that's all. If somebody does decide to risk Fedora, this hand suddenly... I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay, in business. One to go. It's a very aggressive Tenpai, I'll be honest, but... Well, he's Shanten. But the fact that people are attacking is probably helpful for us. He's a loose one may come out, especially with that kind of discard. We'll see. Could also just be Tanyo. Sanchiku only for 1,000. Okay, we'll take that. Points transferring outside of Vidila's control. Exactly what Vidila wants to see. Sumos are horrible. Or at least can be. Alright. 7 pairs, I think. That's also the massive trade-off between 7 pairs and Toy Toy. 7 pairs is always a far calmer experience than having to hope on multiple calls. Still, Toy Toy I'll always think about if I've got multiple Dora in my hand. Here, though, this looks like Tanyo, Pinfu, Ipeiko, or 7 pairs. And I've already dropped a pair, so I'm doing well on the 7 pairs plan. Okay, well, interesting. Good news is it gives me a little bit of knowledge, so we know 9 is almost certainly a safe tile now. I've already played 2 of them, so it's not much of a helpful hint, but it's always worth noting when tiles are fought out, so you can know what the gap are. That is worrying. So any kind of Dora free from Vidila is always immediately worrying, but she must be going for a half flush, probably in Manzu. The good news on that front, if that's what she's going for, we have most of the middle Manzu in our hand, so it might end up being an easy dead weight. We'll see. Also means that our 7 dot is likely to pass, which was a concern. I suppose she could be on for a dot Honitsu, but you wouldn't have thought so with an early 2. Trying to work this one out here.
G.
Okay, so that's Chief Tenpai. Yeah, so it's definitely Manzu Honitsu. Well, maybe it isn't Manzu Honitsu, actually. It's been a 3-4 played. Wasn't able to call mine. They'll take the win anyway, because why not? Tanyadora from the 1 call. Yay, triple of the South in the East round. Okay, well, it's a safe triplet if we need it. 2-3-4 Sanchiku is very much the high end for this one. Alright, we see 1 West. We won't hold on to our wind at that point. 7 pairs is also a thing. Yet again, we could have a think about. Ultimately, no, not a lot of value here. Dora helps. Okay, let's cut that off. Most likely we'll be using South as our pair, so So cutting one at a later point to secure that is fine. Means we can turn these into sets. And see. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Wrong side for the Sanchiku we'd most likely being able to get, but it's a step closer to Tempai. Which will actually hit if we hit the 1-4 at this point, so... Would have to discard our red 5 to do it, is the only problem with that. And at that point, it'd be reach only for no value. Well, 1 Dora, potentially. Okay. I think we got the 7-mans. So cutting the pair in this situation does a couple of things for us. We know we got the south we can downgrade to a pair anyway. It's not doing a lot for us as a triplet either, so... This just means we're putting ourselves a bit further back to potentially improve the hand. Because if we can cut the south, we can claim Pinfu. So... Yeah. And getting rid of them now, rather than in 4 turns' time, for example, is going to be much safer. East is a problem. Okay. Two's a relatively safe tile here, so we'll get rid of it. And potentially get rid of both. We're still 2 from Tempai, regardless of what we do, but yep. So East has been played now. People are now starting to be aggressive in this end of the second row, so we are probably looking at folding here. Or at least getting rid of Souths and seeing what happens.
Riichi.
Okay, now we definitely fold. Do we definitely fold? The hand is worth nothing, South. Sometimes you do have to tell yourself the hand is worth nothing. There is no benefit to chasing that. Especially as the points are still quite close. Alright, so in 3 rounds, we have been given 1 safe tile of the 4, so... No, it doesn't matter. That was a 1... Yeah, Riichi Dora, pair weight. And it means she will take the lead. Dora East. In East 4. Okay. Good draw. So we cleared a closed weight already. We may end up just being on an East-only weight in a little bit. And I think that's our game plan. Especially if the draws keep coming like that. So Itsu on a pair weight for the Dora East. Because there's no way we're playing that. Not with the point cells this close together. So as I say, with no way we're playing that. So yeah, that's a little unfortunate, but it happens. We got 8, which is a definite safe tile. And as much as possible, we will play definite safe tiles against this. Because while my philosophy is always play your normal game, right now, the normal game is don't deal in. So we're 1 away from a single weight Tempai. We can draw the 6, then... don't know. 1's still safe for the moment, though. No idea if 1 dot would pass. Howdy, ma'am. How are we doing? 9 should be safe. She played an early 7, so... West, we also know is safe, actually. Still a possibility. That's a thing we could have a go at. Alright, north we know is safe, west we know is safe. So we use those 2 turns and hope that somebody else deals in. Preferably you.
それロンで
Hey! We ask and we receive. I mean, 5800 doesn't make that much difference because I think it just trades the person in the lead with the person in the lead. But we're now 800 points from the lead, so it you know, there's a mild benefit to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. 8. Nope. Nope. Kokushi Maths does not say 8 is a successful number to go for. However much you feel, but why did I try it this time? No. Also, the hand could go quite nicely here. If we get the 3-man early enough, there are things that could happen, so... not much I can really do with that. It's marginally worth keeping, though. There's the very outside stance of a 7-8-9 Sanchiku. Struggling in silver? Endure. Endure. Silver was frankly horrible, and I spent far too long languishing in the lower orders of that. At least in terms of how I feel I played versus how the results actually went.
あそれポン
Also, the game has gotten a bit call crazy right now, which is not what we want right this stage, so 9 it is. Generally speaking, play calm, try not to tilt. If I knew how to do the second one, I'd be much better at the game, in all honesty, but...
あそれポン
a lot of it just boils down to not doing stupid things. So here, for example, we are folding. Against 2 calls, we have to assume Tenpai. Tanyo Toi Toi, the most likely hand, so that's what we will assume it is until we see otherwise. Player to the right of us is also likely in Tenpai, but not definitely in Tenpai, so we will keep playing our safe tiles for as long as we have them. It kind of is. The amount... The words Kanya eventually will get drilled into your head. It just will happen. Also, the 5 is a really bad discard against that hand. We know it's Tanyo Toi Toi because there's not much else it can be at this stage. So we play stuff that's already on the table. Oh dear God, this could be the hand here. We'll see. So you just hit Dora 4 with that. So in the words of not doing a stupid thing, we are going to fold like the blazes. That is being an idiot. But it gives us another safe tile, so I shouldn't complain. Apparently Medora is a safe tile. Up until that. You know what, though? Doorbell, bear with. Okay, west to start. Sorry about that. So yeah, I am much happier giving 2,000 points away to somebody else than to have Fedora forehand come off. It was definitely a safe tile in that direction. It was certainly safe before I played it, before her last draw, which obviously changed her hand. But yeah, these things happen as well. That's why Khans are really annoying, because it just ups the value of everything, but managed to dodge it that time at least. So here, I mean, Itsu's a thing we could be going for. Obviously drawing a pair of the Dora Dragon would be perfect, but Battle Draw is being skipped. We're still in second. Actually, are we still in second on priority? We might be in third. No, I was starting dealer, so I should be second on priority. Not that it's going to remain that way, of course, but... Ooh, nice. Paradora Dragons as dealer. And somebody willing to attack. Got it. This looks like it might be okay for us. Risk the middle tile now, because if it is Tanya, I would prefer to know now. And if it was Tanya, then it would be cheap enough that I'd accept the deal in. Alright, pair of sixes.
Riichi です。
Okay, West is safe for now. 7 is also safe, which is a useful thing to know. Unfortunately, that's another sumo while I'm dealer, darn you. With the Apatsu, so I lose more points, and I might even drop to last with that. Not quite. Hello, Egan. Still though, we only need the one comeback hand, so we're not in trouble yet. But we have lost our dealer turn, so we now have to be considering value a little more. Hello! Again, Egan. How are you doing, sir? Okay, so Ipeiko, Pinfu would be quite nice, especially if we had the 2 Dora in. Don't know why I'm holding on to the east. It's habit I always have in the early south rounds. I forget it's south. So get rid of that now. Okay, 1 from... Well, actually, no, not quite. 2 from Tenpai. So we need something paired up. Ideally the 6, man. It's new and shiny, I don't like it. I like the old shininess. Right, we're gonna risk that now. Which was a risk. And we now get our pair elsewhere. Okay, 1 from Tenpai again. A few ways this could go here, but it's during the second 6 is exactly what we want. But yes, that's the shiny features is added. It now takes longer to sort through the files that we've added onto your computer to find the files you need. Okay, reach 5-8.
リーチだよ。
Oh, Riichi Patsu Pinfu Dora. Near Mungan, and that was the hit we wanted, which it then has to sort through, making the computer slower. It might also do some other things, but fundamentally, that's what's happened. It is added more data to the computer, therefore making access to the files you want slightly slower. That might not actually be the technical reason for it, but that's a good enough reason as any why you can be slows down after every update. And that's, of course, not counting all of the pop-ups and other things you got telling you about these new features. Which, of course, takes storage space. And then all the simultaneous processes they've added to order to tell you about these new features every single time you have any kind of possible interaction with them. Okay, so again, we're looking at Tanya here. We don't need a lot of value. We just need to get over that 30,000 threshold and not go down to last. So we will be dodging this as much as we can. So we'll play safe tile to start with, and then we'll see. Okay, Patsushima. That actually puts us into the lead, I think. Yep, so she gains 12. We, however, lost 3. She lost 6. So going into South 4, I need a good 2 Han or a 3 Han hand. 1 Dora, which helps. So reach Tora 2 would be fine. So that's probably what we're going to have to look at. Oh, Dora 2. Perfect. Alright, we'll drop 6 here. So, have to close off one of these weights and then get rid of the pair, so we're still a little bit to go. And unfortunately I can't call things to improve this because I need a Yaku that would allow me to call with these terminal tiles in my hand. But this looks promising to end the game. Get rid of this rather than that. I don't mind being on a pair weight here, but maximizing chances. So 1, 4, 9, and 2. Wrong 9. As it inevitably always is. Would have to reach for this, I think, but we'll see. Slightly annoying, but would have loved to have called Dora 3. Arguably, we don't need it, though. Dora 2 and whatever we do here is fine. Come on, 1, 4, man. It doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Riichi desu.
Extra 1,000 on the table. Okay. Red is safe. Somebody else deals into that. We do have second place, but Hatsu's fine. Let's shot at this. We probably have to discard the 2 because I don't know the 3's safe. So it'd be a pair weight for the other 2 unless I drew the 4, in which case I might have to risk it. Oh, god darn it. Okay. 2 mana it is. And I think we got to fold now. Yeah, got to fold. All the ones are gone as well, I think, from that, so... Darn it, we had Dora 2 in our hand. It's just not going to pay off. Looks like it's just Tanyo Dora, so it looks like a rush to keep dealer repeat and to try and win from that.
Long.
And that means we're second, unless this is a pittance of a hand. Well, we keep going. West round, sudden death. So we're 1,000 points away from third, but we should be safe to finishing last for the avoidance play if things happen. This tends to get a little crazy in the West round. And we don't have a hand we can easily call with, so we can't join in on that craziness, I don't think. Good draw, though. So 5, 6, 7 Sanchiku, or any kind of Tanyo Pinfu would be fine for us as well, because we have a dealer. Well, let's get rid of this closed weight here. I might regret this in a few turns' time, but we'll see. Gotta get rid of the 2-man first. Alright, West isn't doing anything for us. A pair of them might have been, but the West wasn't doing anything for us right that moment. Yep, so going for the quick, aggressive plan here. She might not even be in tempo with that. Dora. I was about to say, anybody who can hit Dora here would have, with dragons, is in a position to win, even if it was player to our left. So glad that's passed without any problem. Okay. Still got to kind of go for this, unfortunately, which means this 2 dot is a really dodgy tile. Both players, really. One man safe against the reach. Tuso should be. It's their style was a 1, so I don't think he's got anything quite near that. 3 we'll probably have to hold on to, but... we're out. Yeah, thankfully I don't have to draw here because I'm actually running out of safe tiles. Yeah, if you want the 8 so, then you've got to go gone for a lot of hoops to make that work, so... 2 die, haven't
脳天
I? Okay, well, more points for those two, less points for me. I've now got to get a bit more of a hand together now, especially as I'm non-dealer. So free Han is what I need. There's ways this can make it, but let's see. Ideally, we need to draw Vidora into this. More ideally, I need to draw another north. Okay, white's safe. Okay, good draw. So, hand's not looking particularly valuable. That's the only problem with it, really. We can get lucky and add an Ipeco here. Then maybe we got something? I mean, at this point, reaching Tudor with something, anything, would pretty be enough, really, for what we're looking for, but if we can actually manage that or not is another question. Alright, middle 6. 4,000 points down, but that's not really the problem. It's 4,700 points for an actual win at this stage. And with 2 Norths played, we'll leave that alone, and annoyingly now have drawn the Dora. Which means whatever we do, we may end up needing to pair that. Alright, it's a late dragon, but we're going to have to start risking some things here. We know East is safe, and we've actually redrawn that. So this is now looking quite good for a Tanyo. Tanyo Dora. Okay, drop the second, and we'll see. Four helps. There's a lot that helps this hand, but getting it to free Han is proving a problem from here. Pair of 7s. Drop the pair of 2s. After dropping a couple of 5s, why would you drop a 5 from there if you needed the 2? Moreover, why would you do that twice? Must be going for Zanchku or something of that nature, I guess. But she dropped a 2 so and that as well, so don't know. At this point as well, it might be important to just get Tempo. Hong Kong is just insane. I'm not a fan of it, unfortunately. But I've played, back when I played at Mahjong Time, I played most of the other formats, so. We have the safe one here. So 5 so for a Tanyo win. Would have reached, but that would be a waste of 1,000 points at this stage of it. Come on, Haite. 5-so Haite. You could do it.
テンパイだよ。
Yep, I had a feeling that was going to be that sort of crazy hand. So remain north, 2-door in hand. Okay, this is much nicer.
ポン。
So 1 Han, 2-door is enough. I just have to incorporate that 5-so into the hand somewhere. And we're golden. Maximizing the things that we can call on with that discard. But still, 3 and 7 is a bit awkward to get out of place for the left, so we'll see. You're much happier pairing things up, and that is a pair, so 1 down. Still potentially call that 7 if we need to try and make the 5-so weight a thing. That's just depressing based on what we did. Okay, East is on the attack. And there we go, we paired something up. We see a 9 and a 7, so we are going to go for the 1, 2, 3 side of this.
Riichi です。
Okay, here it comes. 8 should be fine. So it's laid right up to the reach. So, okay, more attack coming on.
つもごめんなさい。
Sumo takes more points from a dealer. It was a decent hand. We will finish second. Not an especially good way, but she did have free Uridura. And she didn't need that much, in fairness. She could have done without the reach. But quibbling as always, and we will take second and maintain our line of awesome,
勝ちですね。
which is slaving our way through that. And we picked up our gold chest reward. We did. Yeah, that was very much a tournament level game, by which I mean lots and lots of small hands, lots of quick wins, lots of dodging, and then madness when West turned around. Anyway, I'm probably going to call it a stream now because I am feeling especially hungry and I haven't had lunch yet. So I will go off and do that then. I may come back and do some streaming later on. We shall see. I'll put an announcement up as usual if I do. And if I don't, well, I will see you another time as always. So thanks for joining me. Catch you then.